In this video, we're going to start with the next section of our Access database, wherein we are specifically going to deal with this object called forms in your Access database. In the previous videos, we have looked at other two objects, one of which was tables. We saw how they are created and how they can be utilized to analyze data. Similarly was the queries, which helps in data manipulation, wherein you can combine multiple tables and use it for your analysis. We saw that for the customers who have not paid the invoices, and we used that data to finally make some decision about them. In this video, we're going to see how a simple form can be created. Before we start that, it's important to understand what are forms. Here, forms plays a role which is very similar to that of input. How input plays a role in a computer, similarly forms are such. They are utilized primarily to enter and view your records in a database. So these forms basically in your business are going to actually help you to view, modify, or even add new record. So this is the basic objective of using forms. We can create forms either through tables, and forms can be created not only using one table, but you can use multiple tables. As we saw while we were creating queries, we can use multiple tables to create a query. Similarly, we can use multiple tables in order to create a form. As long as your data is connected correctly, the relationship between them is built correctly, you won't have any problem in creating a form very perfectly. Now, just a few advantages of creating a form. Why form is a good option and why this object is used in Access database. If you look at the table, you'll find that the data in a table is all jumbled up. As in, we cannot see one record at a time. We see so many records in a table and it becomes difficult to analyze at times. So what if you want to analyze only one record rather than all of them at once? Form will allow you to focus on only one data at a time. Correct? Similarly for queries. Queries also gives a list of records rather than only a single record. Hence form has an advantage over there. Also, when you want to enter data, it is very easy to enter data or do your data updation using forms rather than any of the other queries or tables or etc. Queries cannot be used. It shouldn't be used. Preferably it should be through forms only. The data updation should be done using forms. Correct? So now let's create a form, a simple form for this customers table that we have. What you need to do is just go to the Create tab, and we have already explored table and queries. Now is the time for form. Since this is a simple form that we are going to create, we'll just click on this form, and right here in front of you, you have this customers form ready. You have the customer ID, name, city, everything mentioned, but it is focusing only on that specific customer, Alfred's. If you see, there's also a subset to it, which is basically showing us the contracts. If you remember, we had some if you remember, we have this relationship created between the customers and the contracts, and hence here you are able to see not only the customers but also their respective contracts. Here at the below, you can see the record you want to see. Okay, so you can just click on this and you will move on to the next record, and here you see that this customer has placed this order or contract with us on this particular date with this ID and amount. So this form can be very effectively used if you want to study only a particular record. You want to focus on only one set of records. This will take you to the very first record, and this will take you to the very last record. In case you want to create a new record for data updation, you can click on this with the spark sign, yellow spark, and you can create a new record. In case you want to search any customer, you can directly type in the name and you will be able to see all the information relating to that particular customer. So this is how basically you can create a simple form. You can very well save this. You click on close, it will ask you whether you want to save. You say yes, and we want to give the name customers simple This is a simple form. So we'll give this name, and here on the navigation pane you will be able to find that we have this customers form ready in front of us. Under forms we have one more feature which is called as the split form. Let's now see what is a split form and how you can use that. So what we just saw was a data entry form. Now what we are seeing is a split form. To create a split form, you just select, we're going to work around the invoices table for that. So we'll highlight the invoices table, go to the create tab, and under more forms you find the option for a split form. Okay, so this what you have in front of you is a split form. What does a split form do? It gives us two views of a particular record. As in, here we can see a single data entry of a particular customer with their details such as invoice number, order ID, date, everything. And here below, this subset also shows us the list of records. These are all the records under the invoices table all together, and this is one single record at a time. So this serves the purpose of a table as well and a form as well. If you want to navigate, you can very well do that with the help of these options, and you will see that it is changing in the list of customers, as well as you have that specific record showing you individually right at the top as well. Correct? So this is how you can create a simple data entry form and create a split form. In the next video, we're going to learn about creating compound forms.